Live streaming again. Tactics Ogre. Which, despite one very rage-inducing optional boss battle, which I eventually overcame, has been really great. So I didn't know anything about this game. Well, I mean, I had heard of it, but I guess they weren't released in the West, or maybe very small numbers. And I only recently heard about this coming out, so I didn't really have expectations. And honestly, I hadn't really considered getting it until about a week ago. The buzz started, and you know, I know about the basic. So if you don't know, it's the guy who made Final Fantasy Tactics. It's an earlier game, but it was ported to the PlayStation 1 around the time that Tactics came out. And but it's a different world. It's not related to Final Fantasy, but you know, very much like his style of writing and everything. Now, come to find out, this game was actually ported to the PSP, and that's why it has so many of those quality of life features that I really like. Now, I don't know exactly which features, but it's a significant amount of things. Now, that's why this game feels so good to play right now, because it has a lot of quality of life things, like you can equip your units in the screen where you're going into a battle. So even like battles which annoyingly you still cannot back out of, like I think this would be an example, this next one. Well, you can at least equip all your units and take anything off or on anybody that you need to. And at least you're not going in with a party like, you know, that you stripped of all equipment because you were going to redo everybody's stuff and then you forgot. And then on top of that, they've really gone the extra mile with the voice acting, the music. I'm assuming that the music has been reorchestrated, because this... Well, I don't know. Is this orchestrated? No, I guess not. It doesn't actually sound orchestral, but it's definitely been cleaned up, so maybe, I don't know. It sounds great either way. Maybe some of the title screen music is orchestral. The voice acting, I'm pretty sure, is all new. I don't think that was in the PSP, but it's all pretty great. You know, there's of course a few duds here and there, but I think overall it's really high quality. And it helps, specifically, it helps sell the story in this game, because I can't remember his name because I've never really been that familiar with him, but I'll have to look him up later. He has a very formal and serious tone. He takes himself very seriously, and the stories are very serious and not just dark, but adult. You know, like people going to war and dying, and sometimes dying pathetically, you know, abandoned, betrayed. Not happy, joy stuff, exactly. So yeah, so the game has a very unique feeling, and everything is just really coming together. So this is a game that 2 days ago I didn't even expect. I didn't really remember it, and over the course of 48 hours I bought it and really fall in love with it. This is something that, the style of which I haven't played in a long time. Now, it does... One of the things I enjoy about it is that it feels like a PS1 game, right? So it's modern, but the sprites are cleaned up, but you can tell that they're sprites. what else? The polygonal models are, you know, very simple. But that kind of adds to the charm of the game, as opposed to the Yasumi Matsuno is the guy's name, and I will have to start remembering that. And Akihiko Yoshida is the artist, who's famous for the character designs, not so much like all the other designs. Yeah, I really like both those guys. Even though I really don't like Final Fantasy XII, it's not because of his contribution to it. I just don't like that game. But yeah, it's very like intrigue heavy, very political, dark, twisty, turny. Like you know, well, you can go back and watch the last battle, but watch the introduction to this battle here at Quadriga. A very difficult boss, but even though he's kind of like an evil wizard, he ends up turning the conversation over on you a little bit, and you're like, huh, interesting. So yeah, very good writing. So I've just been really enjoying this game. Now let me check my party before I go on. So oh yeah, I think I was kind of taking stuff off of everybody. Because it is somewhat overwhelming. I mean, just look at this screen right now. There is a ton of information on this screen, right? But that being said, the UI really is doing a lot to make it make sense. And I'm still not, because you know, I tend to play games without like looking at any kind of tutorials or anything. I know that they're there in the menu, but I just don't learn that way. So I'm throwing myself into the game, but slowly it's all kind of starting to make sense. And I think that's also a testament to the difficulty curve, that, you know, I hit that one boss after a few battles that I had to like really go back and like I had to try it 3 times. So, you know, that's a lot of tweaking. But I did finally get over it. Now I feel like I'll probably be coasting for a while and then hit another barrier, but I have a chance now to, like, you know, fool around with some of their stuff. So yeah. Now there's like finishing moves I haven't even really unlocked. Oh, interesting, because I do have a lot of warriors. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Experience is something that there's a lot of stuff that works differently in this game than any other game I've ever played. Like, one of them is magic. You start off each battle without any magic. And then the way experience, it's kind of like a group experience limit. And then within that, your characters can level up. And then there's like element affinities. You have a zodiac sign. I had to make a bunch of choices at the beginning of the game. It's overwhelming, for sure. Oh, yeah, I was checking equipment. Get distracted. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, I think everybody's pretty good. Yeah, I think we're good. Now, there's always just been something calming to me about strategy games, especially turn-based strategy games. Archer and a knight. Archer and a knight. For one thing I like about this game as opposed to Tactics is like Tactics, I think the most you ever got was 6 characters, and you might, I think maybe in a couple battles you had an extra character. But it was very limiting because you essentially didn't really have that many options in battle, you know, and the levels were a lot smaller. So yeah, that's also interesting because this game would have come out before Tactics, but the levels are much bigger in this game. And I guess at some point I'm going to have up to 12 units. So far I've only had 8, and then the extra 3 guys. I don't know, maybe once I fill up my party I won't have guests, so it'll just be the 12. But if I mean, this game originally came out in 1995 on the Super Famicom, Super Nintendo. So I wonder if the maps were really this big. I don't know. Anywho, I think I want to bring the wizard. And I'm going to start fooling around with my formation a little bit because I can. Okay. I guess agility is what I should be looking at. Agility 56, 48, 51. 53, 58, 53, 52, 56, 67, 60, 66. Gotcha. And I bet there's even a way to sort people by that. So he's right in the middle. So let's put him in the middle. 2. Oh, there's also cool stuff. I forgot about this, actually. I haven't been using it. Scout. I don't think there's any downside to it. Yeah. You can actually see where you're going to deploy. That's so useful. Maybe it'll get taken away, maybe for, like, important boss battles or something, but... I guess not, because you can always reload a save, so it's not like the game's really keeping anything from me. So yeah, that's really cool. Oh, and you can see where the guests are gonna deploy too. Cool. Let's bring Alton. He's not the safe choice. Too bad. I wish you could save now, because that's kind of a lot of work. But anyway, can't have it all.
Mr. Forces. Can't catch a break, can we?
They have us in numbers. Best fall back to Rhyme.
I'd sooner fall into my grave. Are you a son of Galgastan or no?
Talk brave as you like. It won't change our odds. We should rejoin the file.
Amorica falls, and you think the sky falls with it. There's no place here for cowards. Bring 'em on, I say, for Galgastan!
I mean, it's hardcore shit, you know? And this is the kind of stuff that you can get away with if you have these cute little sprites and you're putting games out on Super Nintendo, but you don't have any blood, and it's like, oh, well, yeah, he killed that guy, but, you know, he just kind of disappeared. Yeah, but, you know, as an adult, you see that stuff and you're like, oh, this is dark shit, man. And as a kid, I mean, I wasn't a kid when I played Tactics, which was my first encounter with this, but I was, what, 17? Definitely noticed. I mean, PS1 was also just a good era for adult games. Metal Gear Solid, all sorts of things. Tenchu. I mean, although Tenchu is more funny. Alright, anywho. The one thing I will say is having these AI companions, not really a fan of. And I'm surprised that you can turn your party into AI. I haven't messed with that. I don't know. But what I wish it would do is just give me control of those AI companions, because they get themselves into a lot of trouble. So, yeah, what I was saying before is that I love strategy games, especially turn-based strategy games, but especially console turn-based strategy games, because there is just something punchy about. Obviously, you know, these games are limited by what you can do with a turn-based strategy game on a controller. But I think that's actually a strength because they feel very punchy and satisfying to play. And even when you get into some of the flaws that these games have, where, you know, they have to like really, they have to ride like a difficulty line very carefully, and at the end of the game it's either trivial or just brutal difficulty, right? There's no real middle. And that's when these games usually tend to turn into a slog, but
Warriors of Galgastan.
I thought to offer you much the same deal, boy. A battle's won with blood, not numbers.
Your cause is hopeless. Why throw your lives away?
Sooner or late, all men meet their end. What good to live in fear of it? I know you're kind, young, always thinking on tomorrow. You might try letting go, drifting with the current.
You think me unprepared for death. I'm not so young as that.
God's beneath us. Why do I even bother?
Anyway, I was saying, I think these guys can handle that. So yeah, console strategy games. A lot of fun. Obviously, you can't have something like as expansive as like Total War, you know, where you can have entire campaigns full of all sorts of factors for the player to consider. It's a lot more box set, but it's very comfortable for me. I've always preferred console gaming in general, but not for that reason. I think I just like playing on consoles, but I play on PC kind of. I'm forced to play on PC rather, because there's just kinds of games that you cannot play on consoles. This is kind of like the opposite, like where I love Total War and StarCraft, but the flavor of these types of games is just unique. See, it's hard to... so this is one of two healers, but the other one is an AI character. So I don't really know where she's going to go. What I'd like to do is send one of them each. I'm sending one party like over here and another party over here. And I'd like one healer to go with each of them, but I don't really know what's going to happen. Wait, no, what's... Was that Earth? I thought Earth was like a V. I'm trying to look at... Oh, jeez. Okay. So if you look at her profile, there's like a greenish M-looking emblem to the right of her name. That's her elemental affinity, but I don't remember which one that symbol is. I think it's Earth, which means air is her opposite, but... I thought Earth was different. I don't know. I guess we'll just find out. I guess it was all good. Oh, cool. That was helpful. And she's kind of going where I want her to go, so that's nice. am getting a little worried that everybody in that corner, all the enemies in this corner are like just building up magic, and they're like just getting ready to kill ya. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that guy's pretty handy. Not a whole lot of downsides on him. That must be so much fun to record. It's like, hey, what are you recording today? Death sounds. Oh, nice. That's the first battle I've had with that guy, so I didn't know he was a healer. Man, you really don't have much mobility in your arsenal, do you? Nope. I guess it is kind of nice to have a chaotic element to your party. I guess you can look at it as an extra layer of complexity, maybe. What? no, I'm about to wipe the fucking floor with you, right? Nice. Whoa! Easy, mama. Easy, mama. The music is awesome, by the way. I have to... I mean, I think I already, like, praised it, but... like, it's really good. Like, battle music that you're gonna hear for a long time and not get sick of. It's pretty hard to pull off, I would think. How about that? How about that? Oh, yeah. Oh. Sorry, I'll stop. I really shouldn't indulge myself. Nice. Ooh, very close. I forgot I gave her that spell, so she can actually be offensive now. It's kind of nice. Aww. So yeah, this is not the toughest battle ever fought in a video game, as you might have noticed. But the fight just before this was basically an optional battle, and I thought it was clever how the game did it. Again, a lot of choices and decisions to be made in this game. I'm not sure how much everyone factors in, but I had a choice to fight a boss, and then once the boss fight started, I had a choice of dialogue to either let him go or continue the fight. I'm not sure I could have actually let him go. That would have been bold of the game to be like, hey, gear up! Ah, never mind. But I pretty much knew that was going to be an extra tough boss battle, right? Sorry, I'm rambling on. Oh, a lot of Earth people here. So I kind of expected this one to not be so tough. Not even worth doing. Nice. Excellent. So I call that good pacing when a game gives you like a really tough battle that you want to put your fist through the TV and then gives you a little breather fight, you know, like, hey, want to try out some of your new skills? I remember that being a high point in Final Fantasy Tactics as well. Nice. weather turn? That was awesome. Wait. Is that an enemy? Did I just heal an enemy? I thought that was my knight. Damn it. Well, luckily, there's a very nice feature in this game called the Chariot Tarot. Tarot. Yeah, I think I will not heal an enemy. These guys are all Earth. How about that? Get my items. Horn of the Savage, that sounds like fun. I want that. Awesome. Awesome.
Stubborn wretch. What's it take to kill you?
Quite a tongue on you, boy. Small wonder your kind find themselves reviled at every turn.
Us? Reviled? Look who's casting stones.
Calm, Ice. We do not fight to prove which side is least loved. We fight to restore peace.
I spit on your peace. Almorica knew peace until you plunged it back into war.
Should be it, right?
At least, oh, no peace in death.
Nice. I think I got back the stuff that the enemy took. I'll be right back. Now we're talking. Okay. What I want to do is go shopping.
Oh, then.
Yeah, perfect. Because what I really want to buy is high-level magic. Alright. Well, I think that is good enough for today. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you later.